Hi all, Hal here with Space. We're space engineers, and a ship so big that it's screwing up the AI autopiloting. Oh, so we've got a little bit to get done today, and it's mostly just finish work. But first, we have to get started, so let's go. So, happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and a terrific week. And, yeah, we have a little AI drone thing that's basically harassing my ship. I think he's trying to mate. I'm not quite sure. I think you're a little small for me there, buddy. Okay. Alright, so, I haven't really gotten a whole lot of anything done this week. It's been just one thing after another. Oh, so what we did get done is we've gotten a little bit of work done on this side. We do need to finish off boxing in the rest of the thruster, as well as getting the blocks in over here to blend everything in. We did get all of the hangars updated and done, so those are all complete at this point. I've also gone through and done a little bit of painting, gotten that straightened out, and that ship is really making me nervous. So before I started recording the intro, I actually have a recording from a couple of minutes before where it's just the ship basically slamming into the mall trying to get through here. Oh, it is hilarious that that's a thing. Alright, so yeah, basically we have been just producing stuff, doing a little bit of traveling around, getting some things done, getting some materials, and it has been, yeah, it's been a little bit of an adventure. That's what you've got. You're needing almost everything. So let's talk about what we have done so far. So we have added quite a few of the gyros. So we have 6 new gyros here, and then in the other drone hangar we have 6 more. Let's close this really quick because we don't want to lose atmosphere. And there is something going on with the O2 system. I'm not quite sure what is happening. I think because of the way that we've got this these 2 doors, usually I have the area around the door completely filled in as well. Alright, let's go ahead and close that. I'm using that as basically a giant vacuum chamber. There we go. And this can all fill in. We don't worry too much about all that. There we go. But everything is actually up and running at this point. So, let's see here. The rest of this stuff. Gyros for days. So we have 8 more gyros on both sides for another 16 for plus those 12 we were talking about earlier. You know, so that's what? 30? Just right there. Plus the 10 up front for 40, the 6 on either side for 52, and then under or directly behind the thrusters, the lift thrusters, the hydrogen ones. See, I went through all this to get this done, and we have to go back out now. Wait for this all to depressurize. Actually, don't you have a... I think we put a... No, we didn't. Okay. Oh, we'll have one here now. Let's try that again. We want starboard, and we are going to have you open close. Open close. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. All right. So what did we say? We're up to like 52 or so of those gyros. And then an army of them here. Is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So was that 64 gyros? The ship almost turns. Yeah, it still handles like a cow. So we're gonna go through and figure out some more places to put some gyros. I am basically having to break down the base that we have on the lunar surface, mainly because of the fact that we keep running into PCU limits. So what I may do is just turn the PCU limits off and throw the ship in and see what we end up with. Now, one of the things that will help is that I am talking about making a variant of this ship, and I've discussed it on the channel before, where we will be removing these pistons, all 4 pistons, and then this array. That entire array is going to go away on the variant, and this area will become a sealed hangar. Now, I had thought about leaving pistons in here, but what I think we're going to do is basically take this line and carry it across, which will end up giving us the same amount of space in here, but you know, just a little bit more of a actual hangar that we can seal off and actually use. Now, the other thing that I may do is I may actually drop that down a block, so that this drops down to where these conveyors are. It'll just come down to how much room that I really want. But yeah, if you have any ideas or suggestions, throw them down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about that. And this will greatly reduce our PCU hit, because I mean, there's 100 for those and 25 for those. Anybody want to do the math on that? I mean, that's like half our PCU count right there. Oh, but yeah. So anyway. Okay, so the only really thing left to do on the ship is a little bit of the detail work. Deciding on if we're going to keep a Dredden's contribution to this thing or not. I think we might, actually. I think I can work with that. But yeah, like I said, really the only thing left to do at this point is finish off the armor on this nacelle. Finish off the armor detailing here. And then interior design detail, which is what we're going to be working on today. And obviously I have to weld up those thrusters. So I've been making thruster components and some other miscellaneous parts for a while. And I do mean a while. Oh, what do we got now? Actually, I think we should... look, we're down to 400, 300. What are we missing? Cobalt or platinum? Probably the cobalt. Yeah, that's the last of our cobalt, which means I have to go mine more, and I still have the platinum. Make sure, yeah. 191. How much do we need? Okay, we only need about 80 platinum, so we've got enough platinum. It's the cobalt we need. Oh, so guess what I'm doing this weekend? Oh, but yeah, so we have enough parts, or we should have the majority of the parts we need to finish off the rest of these thrusters. And one of the other things that I want to do is I'm going to be looking for a place to mount some ion thrusters, which I may end up going ahead and putting in, say, here. So we'll end up with, say, 4, maybe even 6 thrusters here. What made me think about this is that we don't have any ion in the retro, or I should say ascent control positions. So I may take these guys out and put a couple in here. And we also have the blocks here that we can use, which I think should be okay to, yeah, That should work really well, actually. Alright, yeah, perfect. So yeah, we'll basically cut these guys out, put a couple of ion thrusters there, and do that on both sides. And what that's going to allow me to do is to keep vertical ascent control a little bit more under control. So we won't have to have all of the hydrogen on, you know, just to do normal flight correction kind of stuff. So like if we're just parked in orbit and we don't want to have, you know, the ship drifting, that's really all it's for, is to do positional stabilization. Dude, you're making me really nervous. Like, you might need to go away. You might be our first and only victim of the mall. I'm tempted to open the mall up and see if I can gobble that thing. If you're still there at the end of the episode, you may have a a different destiny in mind here. All right, so let's talk about interior stuff. Let's see, back over here. And yes, I still haven't made a decision on the upper nacelle detail, or the upper separator details here. A couple of people have mentioned, you know, maybe placing the graded catwalks in there. And that's not a bad idea, honestly. I may end up using that. So the problem that we run into is that these are half blocks in here. So I may actually... Oh, that's right, I can't, because it's technically, the controls are in the safe zone, so I can't do anything to the ship. Dude, you hit my ship again? You did. You're about to get ground down, you little punk. Yeah, you better run. Let's go see if he did any damage. That sounded like he hit something. Should be safe because we are in the safe zone, but you never know. Yeah, it looks okay. The other thing we need to do is I need to relocate the landing gear. When I get these more standardized, so those are probably going to move over into this area, maybe say here, and we'll mount them so that they run widthwise, not lengthwise. But we'll see. We'll see. You are... Yeah, that should actually work. Yeah, alright, anyway. Let's get back to what we're supposed to be working on. Interior stuff. We're also going to need to move the ship so that we can actually work on the interior stuff. I don't have to do that anymore because we have a seat in here that we can now do that with. Alright, so that is sealed, that is sealed. Not that I'm too worried about it, but there we go. Alright. So let's get this vehicle in motion. Mainly to just so we can go take care of the stuff. And this is part of the reason why I want to put the ion thrusters on it, is so that we actually have, like I said, the positional control. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is also setting up LCDs today. Right, so we're going to turn on all of our thrusters. We're going to separate that lock. Well, apparently it... Alright, so... See? It is flying better. Which is good. I mean, it really couldn't fly much worse than what it was. Alright. We're just gonna kind of drift ourselves out here. And there we go. basically just trying to clear the envelope so that we can get in, get out of the safe zone. Alright, so let's turn ions off because they're not really doing anything for us right this moment. Hydrogen is good. We should be okay. Okay. At least I hope. Alright, so let's talk LCD stuff. Now, for those who have watched the channel a bit, you know that I absolutely adore M-Master's Automatic LCD 2 script. And one of the reasons for it is because you can actually use all of the LCDs in the game now. And you've been able to do this for quite some time. So I've had a couple of people ask, how do you set up cockpits? Specifically the new open cockpits like this for the large grid, but even for the small grid. So what you do is when you have the script running, just like you do for anything else, or any other LCD, you put in the open bracket, LCD close bracket, all capital letters. And then in the custom data, what you do is each screen is given a number from 0 to whatever the last screen number is. So if it's 5 screens, it's going to be 0 to 4. And that's what you see here. So what you want to have is a line that says at whatever screen number, auto LCD, and then any line that follows that will be commands for that particular screen until you do another at number auto LCD. So once you've done this, that will, so what I do is I always have it echo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way I can look at the screens and see which screen I want to deal with. So, you know, so you have 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So now what we'll be able to do is I'll be able to go through and configure these things to do specific things. Like the one over there, I'll probably have, I don't know, like the artificial horizon kind of thing. Screen 2 will probably be my hydrogen, oxygen, and ice display. The screen over here will actually, no, we'll make that the clock. We'll make the one over here the artificial horizon tracker. And then the screen 5 will probably be just like miscellaneous output, like maybe time and I don't know, like system status telling me if there's any open doors or something. So yeah, we'll be able to do some configuration with it. But like I said, I've had a couple of people ask how to use that script specifically with cockpits, and that's how you do it. You can do that with any cockpit in the game that has an LCD in it, including the flight seats, which we have done on all of these. Because one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to set the flight seats up to basically give a display that tells you which of the connectors in the hangar are being used and what are the statuses of the door. Yeah, see? So that's going to require us to head downstairs and do a little bit of work down here. No. Did I leave any of these hangars open? I did. Okay. I can never remember if I left the hangars open or not. Alright, so this is going to be... Oh... This is hangar 1. And it's going to be... Oh... Floor connector... Forward... Alright, and we're going to end up using the same basic naming for all of these guys. Aft. And you're going to be wall connector aft. We're going to grab all of that. And forward. Okay. So we want to know when we have something connected to any of those. So in the automatic LCD script, or our little console here. Now I did actually think about replacing this window with a clear or the transparent LCD, so you'd actually have the information right here, or maybe do it on one of the side windows, which I may still do. We'll see how everything plays out once we've gotten that in there. So what we're going to do is we want to know, I want to say, occupied. And then it's going to be, let me see if that's right, because it might be working. Cannot find control block. No, it's not group. I think it's... no, can't find it. Alright, it's been a while since I've used this command. Let me do a quick pause, bring up the control schemes, and we will be right back. Alright, and we're back. So, what we have is that we actually need to use docked. I want to see if that got it. Alright, so we want... no on you. Okay, so... no text padding. We want custom data. See if that gives us what we're looking for. It may not end up working on this display the way I want it to. Yeah. Alright, so it's not going to work like that. Okay, so that means we're going to have to replace a window with an LCD, which we'll do off camera. So that is the command that we should be using, though, is docked. Alright. Whoop. Whoa, that's bad. You should not have that ability. Oh, that needs to be one of those things that does not allow, basically should not be allowed to happen. Alright, so what we'll do then is let's go ahead. Are we moving? No, okay. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these guys set up so that we can use those. Alright, and you are hanger 2, floor connector forward. You are wall connector forward. So yeah, this is I've been spending my pretty much all my week. Actually, let's do that one first. It's less to change. All right. And floor connector aft. There we go. All right, so that gives us the basis, and then like I said, what we'll do is we'll go through and set up the connections, or set up the commands, rather, in all of those LCDs. Still so much stuff left to just kind of muddle around. Now, we did also set up things over here. Let's turn off the light so you can actually see it. One of the things that we set up is we have our damage report. Tells you, and it's filtered to show only the blocks that have actually been damaged, not blocks that are incomplete. So all of our grinders, and how we had that just miscellaneous damage that we couldn't figure out where it was coming from. This tells you the extent of all of that. We have our gravity system, and this is just basically playing with the way that things are displayed. I'll show you really quickly. So in this particular case, you know, we have it centering this information. We have it looking for any blocks that are working with the name gravity generator. And then we have the details block for gravity generator. And the X basically removes the first line of the details block, which is generally the block name. So, yeah. Or it's block name or block type. I can never remember. But just playing with the way that things are sized and positioned, we're able to get all sorts of stuff like these set up. So we know if there's if the projector is on, it'll tell us if it's on or not. It'll also tell us, you know, what the current power status is of it. And then the same with the hanger, the welding hanger. It tells us what's going on with that as well. So that way, even if you don't know what the colors of the lights are supposed to be, you can walk past, take a look, and say, yes, it's turned on, or no, it isn't. Right. Anyway, okay, so that's most of that. Now, I do want to get an antenna, actually. I don't know if we have the PCU for this. You are 100, which I'm going to say we probably don't. Oh, nope, we do. Okay. I thought we were out of PCU. Can I... Where can I mount this thing? Okay, that's got lights on it. Oh, we can mount that there. Oh, that's actually... And the other thing we need is an ore detector. But see, the ore detector is small. We can tuck this little bad boy in lots of places. Which, honestly, we may try and figure out if I want to put this thing down under the elevator or not. Because what I had originally thought about this is because we have that space out under the elevator, we might place this out there. Put that off. Not that. Why are all of our... You guys shouldn't be running. That was weird. Wow, we just burnt a lot of uranium for no reason. All right. Ship is still in place. That's actually good. Make sure that all of you have been extract it. Which tells me I have something set up somewhere on a button that's tied to the power system, or I hit it by accident when I was doing something else. Yeah, so what I was talking about was we have this area down here that's actually going to be closed in at some point. And so what I'm thinking is... How many plates do I have? Oh, I have enough. Okay. I'll load you up. So I'm thinking we do an antenna in here, and we use that to mark the center line of the ship. Right? And then what we can do on one side of it is we have the ore detector right there, and it basically helps keep the mass of that thing, because I was surprised. I had to look up the stats for it. These things are bloody massive. It's like, why? I knew that the ore detectors were crazy when it came to mass. I didn't realize just how crazy. Alright, so what do you need? You need 80 steel plates. You need 50 steel plates. So I need 130 steel plates. So let's go grab some supplies here. Alright. So grab... Of course, I could have just... No. There we go. Oh, detector components. I think I only need like 40 of these, I think. How much do I need of these? So, any detector components? No. 20 detector components. 5 motors, 25 computers. So, 30 computers. We'll put 20 of you back. Grab that. Grab a couple hundred of you. Grab a bunch of you. And... oh, we get most of it. But yeah, I was surprised I hadn't realized that... Ah, motors. I knew I was forgetting something. And I just need 35 radio components. Okay. PCU limit has been reached. That doesn't surprise me. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop all that off. I need... Can I carry 35? I can. Okay. Let's see if this will let me complete any of you guys. Okay, so everything is there. I just need to free up some more PCU, which is actually easy to do. We still have a bit of a base down there, and I need to break all that down, so... yeah, like I said, it's been interesting. Water detector. Set you off, but we're going to crank the range up on it. And we still have the transport ship, which I'm probably going to bring up and have basically the mall just break it down. Yeah, actually, I did some ice mining. I think we have everything we need. Are you sitting still is the question. You look like you are pretty stable. Oh, let's grab lower pistons. We're going to reverse those. So look at all these Where do we have all these pistons? Where are all those pistons attached to? I honestly don't know what all those pistons are attached to. Alright, so let's see. What did we name you guys? You should be... We're just going to rename all these guys really quick. You are 03. You are 04. And you are 02. Basically just trying to keep them, keep the naming in line with what we have for everything else. Just makes it a little bit easier. Alright, so you guys are there. Don't want to see those there, don't want to see those there. Did you... Oh, that's why. Alright. That should be big enough for the transport ship, right? Alright, let's go. Actually, we can just turn on the hydrogen thrusters from here. We should have enough that it should be able to let's do thrusters, small hydrogen, all turn those on. And I keep getting told that they fixed the hydrogen system, so when it's just idling, it's not actually burning hydrogen. I will believe it when I see it. Let's get ourselves flung at the planet as quickly as possible here. And what we're going to do is I think we're going to go ahead and do a quick cut because I'm going to have to do a little bit more mining to get some ice in. Because I'm going to get the little transport ship right there. We're going to get that thing fueled up enough to get it up. So yeah. So let's do that quick cut and we will be right back. And we are back. Alright, so this is probably going to be the last time you get to see the particular lunar base. I'll probably be breaking that down and transporting stuff up. But yeah, so we are going to turn on, excuse me, turn on our hydrogen. We've already disconnected from the base. Hopefully take off here somewhere. Yes. Come on. What are we? Okay, what are we stuck on? Okay, you're ready to connect, but you're not connected. We're just going to turn off all of... yeah, let's turn off all of the landing gear. Do it this way. Oh, you know why? Because tanks are set to stockpile. There we go. We'll get up to like 80 or so. And we'll turn the dampeners off. I'm not expecting us to have too much trouble. We actually have a bit of ice on board. I brought, I want to say I mined out about 100k or so. Alright, so... let's swing this beast around. And this thing has got a remarkable amount of components on it. And so I'm thinking that when we grind this down, it should give us quite a bit of PCU back. But we'll see. Alright. And so... this should fit inside the mall. Look at that. But see, this is why I was saying I'll probably do a version of this with this being a, this area being a hangar. Because, I mean, that is a ridiculous amount of space, and it is actually big enough that if we wanted to, we could take this ship with us. But that's no fun. Alright. Okay, so what we're going to do, we'll leave this here. We will turn the thrusters off. Let's turn a U off so you stop consuming the ice, whatever ice we have left. Oh, she was good to us, and now she's going to be parts. Alright. Actually, we can do this. They are all turned on. Maul pistons upper. Those are going to be 0.25. And there she goes. Hopefully. Isn't that awesome? I mean, just look at that. That's straight up a drive-by looting. Isn't that awesome? I mean, that's just amazing. It's just so much fun. All right. And we want pistons lower. Now, obviously, you don't want to step in there while this is going on. What gets stuck? Can we? Nope. Got no controls anymore. Alright. There it goes. It's coming up to get it. I mean, it's just kind of cool because of the fact that the whole thing is actually making progress. So things will eventually get to the point where they just kind of get stuck. And it consumes them. Oh. Is the ship drifting? We're not in planetary gravity, but the ship is drifting. Okay. Probably from this thing hitting it. Hey, get back in there. I didn't say you could come out here. Actually surprised the grinders don't pick up the ore. I thought they picked up the ore.
Inventory full.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Alright. Actually, I'm surprised the collectors aren't picking that up. Let's see here. Come on. Ow, ow. Got a little too close. Alright, so I think that's where we're going to end this one. I just have to go back and re-maneuver the ship a little bit, get us a little bit closer in there. So close, and yet so far. But yeah, so I'm going to thank y'all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw those down in the section below. I seem to be stuck in the ship. There we go. Yes, let's close that off. Why am I not? Okay. What the heck? There we go. That was disconcerting. Alright, as I was saying, if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw those down in the section below. If you are new to the channel, haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, always feel free to throw those down. Anyway, we are going to get out of here. I'm going to finish grinding this ship up, hopefully. Look at that. There we go. The mall's hungry. It consumes all. Hey, come on, you gotta admit, that's pretty cool. Look at that. Instant ship disposal. Alright, anyway. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Let's grab the last little bit of that. I'm going to have to go in there and actually break down all of that ice. Oh, it's going to be a long weekend. Take care, everybody.